welcome back. All right, so entertaining game tonight in Edmonton. Watched it online, and yeah, it was pretty entertaining. So it was Vladar versus Campbell. Man, Daniel Vladar looks good. Uh, he's got to be sitting there right now thinking, I really wish those stats counted for the season. Maybe not for the win-loss record, but what a game. Anyways, the first test of the game was for Campbell, which was not indicative of what we were going to see in the first two periods. Yamamoto then fires one high as the Oilers press. Kane fires one wide on a rush. Then there's a near miss by Bouchard. The Oilers had some momentum in this, and they would continue to have that momentum through a lot of those first 40 minutes. Power play for the Oilers. Hyman with a near miss. Hanifin clears it out. Draisaitl was denied. Anderson then blocks the rebound before it can go into the net. Vladar then robbed Hyman, and I was losing track of how many different synonyms for robbed and denied I might have been able to use here for Vladar. I might need a thesaurus for his games this year. So that power play's killed off 4 shots by my count. 4. McLeod's then denied in close. The Flames, they then get a power play. Milano with a net feed, no one there to bury it. Stone has a shot that's saved. Puck goes the other way, and it goes in the net. Shorthanded goal for Leon Draisaitl from Yamamoto and Broberg at 8:38. So this is the Oilers doing what the Oilers do, scoring shorthanded. The Oilers finish the kill. Murray then has a shot that deflects wide as the Oilers press for another. The shots were 10-3 in favor of the Oilers at the half. It got a little bit better the rest of the way in the first, but yeah, this was a really strong game for the Oilers. More pressure for the Oilers with 8.5 minutes left. McDavid with a net feed. That was blocked out. Nurse then has a shot blocked, and the Flames clear it out. The Flames would tie the game at 15:49. It is Dubé from Rooney. It was a turnover behind the Oilers' net, and it's in the back of their net. The Flames then get a power play. That led to a shorthanded chance for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, which was blocked. Then there's a shorthanded chance for McLeod, which just rolled wide. So again, the Oilers very dangerous shorthanded. This is not news. This is just carryover from last season. So that's killed off. No shots by Calgary on that power play. Puljujarvi then fires one wide on a rush, but after the first period, it is 1-1. The play did not dictate it should be 1-1. Daniel Vladar did. So second period, early press by the Oilers. Kane has a shot that's held. Bishop then had a rush chance that was held. Bishop playing for the Flames here. Flames press at 3 minutes. Yamamoto then had a rush that was defended. His next shot is saved. Vladar is the reason this game is tied. The shots 5 minutes into the second period are 7-1 for the Edmonton Oilers. Yeah. Vladar then denies Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Kane's robbed from the slot. The Oilers press again. Vladar, I thought at this point, he needs to put on a cape because he is Superman. He is Kryptonian. Something odd's going on here. It is remarkable to watch Vladar in this game. Oilers then get a power play, which I'm sure Vladar is thinking, cool, great. So the Oilers cycle, but they're kept to the outside, and the Flames do kill it off. Then we had back-to-back icings by the Flames. That's noteworthy because we saw in games last year where teams would ice the puck repeatedly. Eventually, it ends up at the back of the net. Does not happen to Calgary here. Bouchard has a shot that's blocked. McDavid goes beast mode, but the Flames defend it. Pickard then goes into the net for the Oilers. So Campbell's night was over. 5 minutes left. The Flames are stuck on one shot. They wouldn't stay stuck on one shot. Milano's denied as the Flames finally get some pressure. Pickard then holds an Anderson shot. McDavid collides with Kane, and McDavid thankfully gets back up. That is one of those moments where if you're an Oilers fan, you're kind of like, okay, that's not funny, because Kane and McDavid had no idea where the other player was, and they just ran into each other. Those can be the most dangerous plays for a player because they're not set for it. So thankfully, McDavid gets back up. Hyman's then robbed on a fast break. Kane had a rush chance that was saved in the closing seconds. So coming out of the second period, it's still 1-1. The reason being Vladar. That is the reason this game's still tied. Third period. Dubé has a rush chance that's blocked. Rooney is denied in close. His next shot is held. As for the first time in this game, really, Calgary's controlling the play now, controlling the puck. Zari has a shot that's blocked. However, puck goes the other way. The Oilers press back. Ryan Murray has a shot that's blocked. Or saved, I should say. The shots 5 minutes into the period are 4-3 in favor of Calgary. Net feed to McLeod, that was blocked. Fogle then had a shot that was held. Apparently this is Fogle's best game of the preseason, according to the Edmonton announcers. And, I mean, we're getting closer to the season, right? So for Fogle, a bottom six guy, that his work should get better as the preseason goes along. Broberg then has a rush chance that's held. Kane's robbed, and it's the Vladar show again, as the Oilers have some pressure there. Then we had McLean versus Nurse. That was a quick fight. Get ready for more fights between these two. McLean is a bit of a shift disturber out there. Likely headed down to the Wranglers, but who knows? Maybe the Flames call him up at some point just for the fact that he can get people off their game. Flames get a power play. The Oilers keep it to the outside, kill it off. Really pretty easy kill for them on this one. And then shortly after the kill's done, it is Kulak who scores from the point. Esposito with the assist at 8:54. Esposito highly likely to end up going down to the AHL, but he had a good game. So this is one of those things too where I talk about players that we watched during the preseason. These guys who have good games, and in the case of Esposito, he gets on the board with an assist. These are guys who later on in the season when they need to call somebody up, maybe he gets the call. Maybe he doesn't, but hey, you know, he's at least making them pay attention to him. So that one's blasted from point in the net, and then Stone blasts one for Calgary on a rush shortly thereafter as the Flames try to even it up. 7:14 left. The Oilers get a power play. McDavid has a shot that's saved. They cycle it. McDavid's then denied. The Flames clear it out. Yamamoto's shot is blocked, and I felt like Vladar was the reason that this power play is killed off. Both teams 0 for 3 at this point in the game. Zari then had a shot deflected out and close. I thought Connor Zari had a good game. We'll see if he makes the Flames. I think he does. But I thought he had a decent game. Doesn't get on the board. But again, the only ones that did were Dubé and Rooney, right? So there's that. McLean versus Nurse round 2. And I'm going to agree with the announcers on this. You don't want your defenseman and Darnell Nurse, whose cap hits over $9 million, to be in multiple fights with McLean, a player who is likely headed for the AHL. If you need somebody to go out there and fight, it should not be Darnell Nurse, who apparently didn't have any fights last year, but he had 2 in this game. All you need is Darnell Nurse breaking his hand in a fight, and then that changes the complexion of their season, their blue line, everything in Edmonton, right? So Nurse should not be the one going out there and picking the fights. Zari then fires wide as the Flames press. Anderson has a shot that deflects out. Fogle fires one wide. They did finally pull the goaltender with a minute left. I was honestly surprised they didn't. They had an offensive zone face-off with about 2 minutes left. They didn't pull the goaltender there. It is preseason, so maybe there's not that feeling of, you know, really desperation and having to tie up the game. They pulled him in the final minute. They did cycle the puck around. They were not able to get the puck to the net and get a really good shot on Pickard. Pickard, though, is good in relief. So Calvin Pickard showing he may be a decent pick for a call-up at some point during the season, but it's going to be Skinner backing up Campbell. I'd be stunned if Pickard isn't on the waiver wire and headed to the AHL. And I don't think he gets picked up on waivers either. But the Oilers win this one 2-1. This was, and honestly, the score should have been worse than what it was. We look at the shots, that tells a big part of the story. 12-7 Edmonton in the first, 16-4 Edmonton in the second, and then Calgary outshoots them 11-10 in the third. And you could tell early in the third they were looking for the steal. I think they realized they've been outplayed. They're on the road. Let's go for the steal. Final shots 38-22 for Edmonton. The power plays, both teams go 0 for 3 in this game. Vladar, 36 saves on 38 shots. Campbell saved 7 out of 8. He was not busy. So I have no idea whether Campbell's ready or not. He wasn't busy. And Pickard saved all 14 shots in relief that he faced. So if I had to pick 3 stars from this game, I would say Vladar would be star number 1. McDavid didn't get on the board, but I'd name him star number 2 because he was all over the ice. And then star number 3, Kulak with the game-winning goal. Sure, why not? So there you go, my 3 stars. And pretty entertaining game. Honestly, a pretty entertaining game. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, as always. If you're a Flames fan, are you concerned about the preseason? Or you look at this and going, nah, it's preseason. And if you're an Oiler fan, how good did they look in this game? Let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. If you're browsing your way through, you just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.